Oh, that's quick. All right. Ụtụtụ ọma ụmụnne m, ụtụtụ ọma. Good morning. Good morning. Happy to have you guys here today. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Today is September the 7th of 2024. You see how slow that I'm going? Because then it will be it will be a different date if I go too fast. So, Tutu, I'm happy to have you guys here. We have a wonderful topic. If you have seen our promo for the week, you would have seen that your ancestors are waiting for you to react. So, no more sleeping for us. We thank those doing the work, our food soldiers at home, brothers and sisters. Thank you for all that you do in waking our people up. We keep saying that the struggle is not online. We are doing it the way our grandmothers and the people that came before us. We're going door to door and ministering to people about the way to get out of this mayhem. All right, I got Boyo say so. As usual, help us to share and like and subscribe and do all those things that we need to do to get this information across. We appreciate you. I will allow my sister to add.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. My name is Eputosinam, Eputosinandibo. So thank you, everyone here. We appreciate you. Those seeing this video for the first time, thank you. Please subscribe, like, and subscribe and follow, so that once we bring out any information, because information is power, we are only still held down here because we lack accurate information. Once you get the information that you should get, I'm telling you, in weeks, we'll be out of this mess.
You will overcome.
Yes. So let's play the first video. Please listen and listen well. Thank you.
That's why the oil pipes of Nigeria are passing through villages where poverty is worst. British Petroleum. And Nigeria has to import back its own fuel as a processed product at a price 3 to 4, 5 times more than they send it out of the country. So tell me, Nigeria, after 60 years of mining oil, why up to date you don't have a processing and a refinery to purify your oil and sell petrol to the world? No, those mines don't belong to us. The government signed a document with the British government, and it's in the constitution. It's in the law that Britain will mine this place for the next 99 years. I don't know how long is the lease. So you have the same law that you vote leaders into, and when they get into this law, the Western world always make sure the person going onto that chair understands the law, which protects us.
Yes, my people, it's about the law. You're shouting, they're killing us, they're killing us. Hey, we'll stop. Oh, hungry. We are hungry. Give us food. It will not change anything. It's enshrined in 1999 Constitution. What is happening to you, what you're going through, it has a document representing it, signed and sealed. You have been signed, sealed, and delivered to the enemy. So that is why we say get information, get accurate information. So you will not fight wrongly. So you will not be doing some things that will destroy yourselves instead of destroying the enemy because you lack information. Please continue to share. My sister is pulling up another video so that you can get the information we need. We share all these videos to enable you share, as you're watching before the actual PowerPoint. We pull out the PowerPoint and start teaching session. Please, if you have a comment, drop your comment. If you have questions, drop in the platform. Thank you.
A continent of 54 sovereign states, 17% of the world's population, 9.6% of the global oil output, 90% of the world's platinum supply, 90% of the world's cobalt supply, half of the world's gold supply, 2/3 of the world's manganese, 35% of the world's uranium, 75% of the world's coltan, and 54 votes in the United Nations General Assembly. This is what makes Africa so attractive and makes the continent a battleground for global powers. There are numerous fronts: investment in infrastructure, military power, diplomacy, soft power, trade, geopolitics. Every country has its own interest in Africa. In 2016, Israel began its scramble for the continent. Benjamin Netanyahu became the first Israeli prime minister to visit Africa in 50 years. What did he want? Votes in favor of Israel and against Palestine in the United Nations resolutions. Africa and Israel share similar histories, he said. Israel went on to sponsor solar, water, and agricultural technologies. In the same year, 2016, Senegal co sponsored a UN resolution. It condemned the construction of illegal Jewish settlements in the West Bank. What did Israel do? It cancelled the Mashav drip irrigation project. And this is just one example. Here's another one. The European Union has pledged more than $54 billion in sustainable investment for Africa. What does the EU want? Access to the African market of 1.3 billion people. Brussels has negotiated free trade agreements with at least 40 African countries. But does this ensure a balanced two-way trade? It doesn't. And no country has a bigger interest in Africa than China. China is funding 1 in 5 infrastructure projects in Africa. It is building every third one. Africa has an infrastructure deficit, and China has a signed checkbook. Starting 2005, China has invested at least $2 trillion in Africa. It built 6,200 kilometers of railways, including the continent's longest railway line connecting Ethiopia and Djibouti. Beijing has also built the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa. A continent.
So you can see why you're a target. You can see why you are the bull's eye. Everybody trying to shoot directly for what they want. So it was never, ever, ever about you or your children or your future generation. It has always been about them. Because when you look at the stories that we're going to tell you today, you will understand the brainwashing that was done for you to be okay with all of this. And we want to remind you again that your ancestors are waiting for you to do what? To react. Your ancestors are waiting for you to wake up from sleep. Your ancestors are waiting for you to say, enough is enough. We can no longer watch while our children die of hunger and your children go on 4 vacations in one summer. It's not okay. There's nothing okay about that. And it's totally unacceptable.
On the 24th of January in 2023, President Muhammadu Buhari was in Lagos to commission the Dangote refineries. They rolled out the drums. The federal government, ostensibly, the illicit federal government, because we can't be talking about federal government when we don't have a federation. The federal government rolled out its drum to celebrate. APC joined, blowing trumpets of achievement. But those who have the capacity to see beyond the facade were seeing what was being celebrated, not for what was advertised or how it was advertised. What was being celebrated is the height of asset stripping and expropriation, Fulani asset stripping of Nigeria. The Dangote refinery, which we are all supposed to be rejoicing about. Oh, petrol is about to come. When the whole country had been locked down deliberately by the artificial scarcity that had to be created to make room for the entry of Dangote refinery into the market. People having been, having suffered excruciating pains from unavailability of petroleum products. will now be willing to buy at whatever price Dangote is willing to sell. That project is not our project. It is Fulani project. It is your project. It's not our project. The product itself, the crude oil, have been confiscated from its owners by virtue of the Constitution of Nigeria imposed by this same caliphate. So on the exclusive list of the 1999 Constitution, you have the oil and gas assets of the Niger Delta confiscated. On that same exclusive list, you have the right, the power to refine, again, confiscated into the hands of the federal government. That same federal government that have been cornered by the caliphate, with Buhari, their champion, sitting at the pinnacle, has now combined the confiscation of oil and gas assets with the confiscation of power to refine, handing the two over to a Fulani man, while tying the hands of the owners of the oil to the back. And so Dangote will take the crude. Dangote has been granted license in monopoly to refine for all of us, 600,000 barrels, they say. Whereas that same constitution that put refining in the exclusive jurisdiction of the federal government has been responsible for the shutdown of the 4 refineries in Nigeria. How many years now? And then we're talking about subsidy and all of what the 6 trillion it takes to pay for our refusal to think, to pay for our inefficiencies. And so the Dangote refinery monopoly is simply caliphate asset stripping of Nigeria, indigenous Nigeria. Expropriation made permanent. And so we're not rejoicing that we're about to get petrol. We have the capacity to refine the products. We have the capacity to deal with the crude oil in a manner that will be beneficial, that will save our environment some better than what is being done by this federal government. And so, let us also be reminded, so that we can see the picture as clearly as it can become. Let us be reminded that while Dangote and his banks were, putting the refinery structures together, it came to where it didn't make financial sense to the banks anymore, and there was no money to continue. This same caliphate-controlled federal government dipped hands into the treasury and took $2 billion. How did they pass it into the public? They say, oh, federal government has to invest, they take up a stake in Dangote refinery as if they're investing for all of us. I don't know who they think they're talking to. You took $2 billion from our collective purse in the name of federal government to invest in shares. Some here is a 10 or 20, I don't know how many percent, but it's not more than 20% stake in Dangote's private business. So those $2 billion was now handed over to this Fulani man to put into his private business. And that is all of how we got to where there's now a refinery to provide all of us with products. The solution to refinery, the solution to petroleum products that have become so unavailable, perennially unavailable, is to take down the 1999 Constitution that confiscates the right to the power to refine into the hands of the federal government. Everybody can refine. I was in the oil industry enough to know. Everybody who can look will see. You go to Texas and see the number of private refineries littered all over the place. What is there in refining? In the 3 years of Biafra, vehicles were moving around, and the refineries were built by local initiative. Even the ones we chase around in the swamps and bushes of the Niger Delta, who are refining in their own crude way, if that impediment imposed by that constitution is removed today, there are a whole number of people who can refine. Why must it be Dangote that will refine for me? And it's been done in the name of federal government. This union is disputed. These are the fundamentals. These are the real issues. The economy is upside down. What is there in allowing people to refine, even if we have to buy the crude that belongs to us, if we have to buy it from you? We buy at whatever rate you sell to other people. But don't confiscate the right to refine. There are people in Port Harcourt who can set up refineries. There are people in Lagos, scores of companies capable of setting up refineries. They don't need to be 600,000 barrels. You can have something as little. You have modular refineries. You have all kinds of other options. By the time you have 10, 20 of such, products will be available to these 40 million people who live around Lagos. The same thing in other places. You confiscate the oil and gas, you confiscate the power to refine. And every day you go on TV telling us how you are going to import, how you are going to subsidize, because you are now buying, finished products, while millions of your youth are going about without employment here. And people are clapping and cheering, going to election organized by this same set of people, instead of asking the hard questions. That investment is Fulani asset stripping. That investment is Fulani, part of the Fulani conquest designs. And it's unfortunate that it is Bola Ahmed Tinubu that will bring the Fulani to deepen their conquest. Buhari came to Lagos on the 24th of January in 2023 to dip the Quran into the Atlantic. That is what that investment represents. The conquest that began from Sokoto is now at the shores of Lagos. For those who are rejoicing, there was an Afonja in the days of Ilorin. Apparently, there's another Afonja in Babylon today, leading the enemy into the backyards, into the underbelly of the Yoruba. That is what that investment represents. But let nobody rejoice too early. The owners of the oil and gas assets are not planning to give up their ownership because Nigeria is imposing constitution. That constitution is dead. The people who have the capacity to refine for themselves are not going to throw up their arms in the air because one Dangote has been licensed by some Fulani fellow who says he's president to come and refine for all of us. These things are going to collapse like a pack of cards. Let us be sure of that. The investors that refuse to bring their money, at the time Buhari had to go to take $2 billion from the treasury. And now we're talking about ways and means. Who approved that investment? Now we're talking about ways and means of 22 trillion. That's $30 billion in all, ways and means. The young people may not understand the meaning of ways and means. Ways and means is money taken like pilfering by federal government, to put it very plainly. Pilfering, taking money without appropriation. Taking money in a manner that is not authorized. So between Muhammad Buhari and his handmaid, Godwin Emefiele, we are now discussing $30 billion. Because I cannot fathom the other method by which that $2 billion got into Dangote's hands. There was 100 billion that was taken from the same treasury and given to Miyetti Allah at the time they were taking credit for the actions of for the killings by Fulani herdsmen. All of that now going to ways and means. As it is.
All right, I'll stop this video here. Please continue to help us to share. I'll post that video in its entirety. It's actually 17 minutes. It's not that long, so that we can begin to understand what is at play here. These people are playing us. They are punking you. People are not asking the right questions. We are not focused. And then on top of that, we're waiting for God to come and do it for us, because that's what the slave masters told us. You know, believe in God. If you wake up in the middle of the night and stop speaking your language and change it to ba 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 ba, God will come and save you. And we're telling you, he's not coming. The same God they're telling us has been sitting there for 500 years. These people came with their boats or their ship called Jesus, collected our people back and forth. They didn't drown. Thunder didn't strike them. Nothing happened to them. They were in business for 400 years plus, selling people. And God did not come. He is not coming. It's you. He's waiting for you to react. You, of course, and me. That's who will do this work. Nobody is coming. Do not believe your slave masters. Do not believe what your church leaders are telling you to believe in God for miracle. No miracle is coming. You are the miracle. You will perform the miracle by doing what you're supposed to do. Your ancestors are waiting for you to react. What a wonderful, so timely topic. Your ancestors told us to tell you guys that they're waiting for you to react. No, God is coming up, and you're not going to die. And rapture is not coming. If rapture comes, I will rapture the rapture. If anybody comes now to come and take me to hell, I will bring the person to hell. Because that's where we are. The fraud must stop. It must come to an end at some point. So we're not going anywhere. Go ahead, sister.
No, God, I'm just laughing. Yeah.
I'm no longer on the screen, so I can see you. I don't know if you're trying to say something.
No, I'm not. I was just laughing. Go ahead.
I will rapture any rapture, my dear. I know how to rapture. I will wrap you.
After Jacob did the same thing. Jacob helped God and said, oh yeah, all this I'm going through, Monageta, we'll do it here. We die here. Yeah, so
after people commit crime, then you come and rapture. No, go and rapture the criminals first. Get out of here, man. So our ancestors are waiting for us to react. For the creation, according to Romans 8, from 19 to 22, for the creation was subjected to frustration and has been growing as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time, waiting in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed, to liberate it from its bondage to decay and bring it into the freedom of glory of the children of God. Should I read that again? Because he's not, you need to, you going to do the work.
You know, they don't know how to read that their Bible they're carrying. Everything is inside there. It's waiting for you to come, wake up.
It's interesting. Africa, a beautiful land. A beautiful Africa that we've been impregnated with for so many years now. We'll be showing you that picture of our logo. That Africa is in the stomach of the colonial terrorists. Yet to be born, waiting to be delivered. And if we do not midwife it correctly, it will die. Africa, a land whose ancestors were divinely led to occupy very rich ancestral lands, full of valuable resources. That's why you are a target. Africa, a continent bleeding for other continents to live, develop, and prosper, while our children and our little ones die of hunger. Africa, a place sacrificing their youths and their children on the altar of colonial greed and selfishness. They will never get enough. They will never have enough. It's never enough for them. Africa, a place that we all long that one day it will rise and take its own prideful and rightful place. For over 1,500 years, some cruel ancestors from other continents went around to suppress, overpower, massacre, steal, and destroy everything that was in their path. As we watch, people like Bill Gates, the man that cannot manage a wife and 2 daughters. Bill Gates, with all his money, he cannot manage a wife and 2 daughters. They are still continuing in their evil ways of their fathers and their ancestors because they have resources. Leonard Bill Gates. Have you ever looked at that man and see life? As a something like
yes.
Have you ever seen with all his billion, all the kind of Daddy Gio? I remember when I used to be at with those people. I said, Daddy Gio is in town. Come and see him. I said, I am not going to see that man that looks like Onye Dibia. I refuse to. Because every time I see the Daddy Gio, even on TV, I say, how are you in charge and all these things? And you look like you're Bongafi, like Ogro.
Yes.
Although African ancestors, our wonderful ancestors, although they fought hard, they were obviously defeated due to certain limitations and their underestimation of the level of wickedness of their enemies. And we know who these enemies are. By the way, there is a video there about Arab supremacy and other things that you need to know. Because some of you wrapping yourself, following them, going to Mecca and dying there in 500-degree temperature, you better know thyself. Know thyself. Where is the God of your ancestors before the Arab came to collect you and your people? Where is that God? Go and search for him. Take off that stupid scarf and go and look for the God of your ancestors.
Enslaved our people for over 1,000 years. Castrated black men. Castrated black men for real. Please go and watch the video. Go and watch the horror. Even before the white man came, they have done the evil. And you are here tying your hair like Ogri to go where I don't know.
As we speak, the private parts of our brothers, our ancestors are still in the living rooms of their leaders. As you speak right now, their private part is there in the bottle looking at them.
Arrow, abomination.
And you, because you are sold out, you don't know who you are. You sympathize with your enemies, people that came to steal and destroy.
And worship themselves.
Say what? It's sad. So when they understood their limitation, we're talking about our ancestors and the cause of defeat, they sent their children to go to that land of the enemies and learn who they are, so that we will return with the information, because that's what they came. That's what they did. They came to us, learned us, realize who we are, deal with us, destroy us, and then keep moving. For us, on the other hand, we have learned who they are. We are not destroyers of humanity. But we will stop these evil ways of the colonial terrorists. We will return to turn things around for our children and the next generation. So today we'll continue to educate and enlighten our people on the ways of our ancestors and how we can partner with other lovers of truth and humanity to discover a new and a better way of peacefully living together on the universe. As you can see, these leaders, go and check all of them. As long as they have been leading us, go and see their background, where they went to school at, how they, where they came from. This is the same group of people. They are recycling themselves. The same group of people recycling themselves over and over again. But we are saying enough. What goes in? We will not sit around and watch you steal our resources while our children are dying of hunger. These people are so evil that they will cause war, send their brothers and sisters to come and start asking us for money to go and feed an African child. Hazrukeme. So do not underestimate them.
No. If you're looking for devil, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's not anywhere with heat. The heat is on here on earth. with the evil that they are committing. Everywhere there are resources, they will displace indigenous peoples, bring back their bring on terrorists. It's just the same group of people. Go and check them.
Yes.
The power structure, they call them here in America the establishment, notion.
Yes.
It's so bad that the regular people here don't know what to do. Well, they don't even know what's going on. They are busy working. They put their bills on their head. You pay for a bill. You pay for a house for 30 years. You pay for a phone. You pay for more. You pay for this. You pay for that. They don't even know what is going on. Then every 4 years, they will say, oh, come and join us in election. You're voting. Come on. Come and join us.
Everyone is enslaved.
Everyone
all
is
over the world.
all over the world.
Right.
And they're committing crimes all over the world in the name of American interests. Americans don't even know what they're doing. British interests. Britons don't even know what they are doing. It's all about the establishment for themselves and their children. And it's about time people wake up and work together. So I am going to pull up the PowerPoint of the day, brothers and sisters. Our topic once again is that your ancestors, my ancestors, they are waiting for me to react. I think my ancestors are very happy with me because I communicate with them on a daily basis, So perhaps it's for you guys to do the same. So we're going to look at legacy of whites and Arabs upon Africans. Again, we'll post that video if you want to go and learn about your Arabic, Islamic information that you need to know, so you can get yourself out of whatever you may have wrapped yourself over the course of the years. The decolonization process for the Black world. And we're going to take some home points and then call it a day. So, of course, we cannot move forward without reminding others. Please continue to help us to share and like and subscribe. We are going home, people. We are going home. We will eventually try to break this down in Igbo. Correct Igbo, not the one that I speak because of the colonial terrorists. I can't even speak my language in a correct manner, thanks to them. So if you know how to break this down for our brothers and sisters and mothers to understand, that's what we are going to do. And for those of you running events and speaking English to our grandmothers and all this, you need to stop that nonsense. Anything that you're doing in our land must be spoken in our language so that our grandmothers will be engaged about what is the land. So let's look at the 1999 Constitution dark connection. You heard what our brother said. Access stripping is what they're doing because the estate is their great-grandfather's estate, the Ottoman Danfodio Hossein again. The one that said that he must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. He must use the minorities of the North as a willing tool and the South as a conquered territory and never allow us to rule over ourselves or even control our own future. What a demonic declaration. And it has been ongoing because we can show you people in their boss that have helped them to continue this legacy. Once you get this, like a good old boy network, once you get in there, you go and wear your turban like this man here that I'm looking at, Madi Bello, because he's not a star, he's an idiot. You wear your turban as he did, and then they will put you in a bus and give you the other kind of hat, cap, and then you guys will be in a bus, air-conditioned bus with fan and curtain, driving down because you guys are sellouts. They do it everywhere. We must take the responsibility for our future and take charge of our spaces because nobody else is going to do it for us. We want to declare the fair use disclaimer. We are using this information for advocacy because some people swear to God that this information will not go out. Every time we post something, it gets blocked. And then once you do your appeal, they're like, oh, we made a mistake. So what? And well, let's move on. So that's what we're using this for. Please continue to help us with share, like, subscribe, and love as well. So let's look at the legacy of whites and Arabs upon Africans. Legacy of whites and Arabs upon Africans. Once again, I will post that video on the Arabian history time when they were still doing anyhow. They're still doing whatever they did, perhaps not on the same magnitude.
They are there. Our people are still enslaved in their dungeons and everything. All these things that they have agents in our land recruiting them on the line. Say, oh, you're going to Dubai for this. You're going for UAE for that one. You're going for that. When they take 10, we don't know where the other percentage goes.
Yeah, one of my cousins, who is a physician, went there. He came back. He said, if you want to experience wickedness in another level, go there.
Okay. Now, physicians, tell me what is now happening to those that didn't go to school, those that are going there to do house help, going there to do Arabanco. Tell me what is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend here she studied here at the US. She's a radiologist. She went there. My dear. Her soya, she says every time she goes to the store, they will follow her around, treating her like she's in my dear. Also, could you watch the back?
No. And my people are forced to be there because of Nigeria.
It's insane. The Bible is repeating itself. So let's look at the first part, the indigenous African society that we used to have before. If you look at our forefathers, they did not have any issues. Though they don't have clothes on, because that's why some people will say, oh, what are you talking about? If they didn't come, you wouldn't have progress. You wouldn't have the. Who told you that me being naked in my father's compound is a bad thing?
That's a lie.
No, let's say it's the truth. Who told you that I want to be wearing clothes and talking on a cell phone?
That's what I'm saying. They suspended our civilization. That's what I mean. We were developing like every other part in the world. They too were in their own caves. They didn't have homes. They didn't know how to build houses. They were rolling around inside caves, fighting among themselves, cousins, marrying cousins, kings, killing their cousins in the name of throne, doing all manner of things. So they were even worse than we were then.
Way worse.
But they were savages, and they moved. And our people did not know. They thought they were human beings they were going to have a relationship with, not knowing they were the devil that they warned us in the Bible. Going to and fro, looking for who to devour. We were warned.
We were definitely warned. So our Ndibo, our ancient people, our ancestors, they practiced a egalitarian society where we have true democracy. We have what we call in Igbo equity and fairness, known as Ofonogo. And that's why I keep reminding people we must go back to that. Because nothing else will move a society forward unless there is equity and fairness. Even if you run into a family that may have more yams or more land, nobody was destitute. Our ancestors were so smart that even during the harvesting season, they will intentionally leave yams, plants in the land so that the poor people will go and collect and eat. They don't do capitalization, book everything, do everything, fire everybody. No, they know that there are some people that may not have as much land as they did. They will intentionally leave food for them to eat.
Yes.
That's why we didn't have any children begging on the streets. I remember growing up, whenever we are eating, my mother will call all the children around, they will come and join us to eat. It was only when we started following this legacy of the colonial terrorists that things change. Children can run in front of another friend's house and take mango and eat and take pawpaw to eat. Nobody will see anything free.
No child was hungry. No child went to bed hungry.
Until they told us that, oh, you can sell that pawpaw to Mama Nkechi.
Cash crops.
You can sell, yes. Because they sell everything. They sell their mother, they sell their father. These are the same group of people. If you ask them to put a price on the head of their mother and father, they will give you a price.
They will do it immediately.
Something that we will not do even in the midst of hunger.
Ungodly people. Ungodly people.
Unbelievable. So we made provisions for the fatherless, the orphans, and the widows and strangers in our land. Perhaps that's why they conquered us. Because we always take care of people. That's what we do. That's who we are. And we're not going to apologize for it. We do believe that all humans are born equal. We don't believe in the relationship of masters and servant and slave and this and this. We want equality for every one of us because we are all children of the Most High God. We held life sacrosanct. Our men protected our families and communities. They did not destroy our land like we do now. They weren't used to go and massacre. Somebody sent us a video of our brothers in Obibo. Is that what it's called? And they were just mass burying children, because I don't think anybody in that grave is more than 20 or 30 years. We did not have any policing because safety of our property and lives or life was guaranteed. We were policing each other. Our land was a place where you can hang your clothes, leave your door open, go to the farm, go to the market, and come back, and all your things are still in the same place where you left them. It was only when the colonialists showed up did they introduce all the evil. Brothers against brothers, mothers against children, children against everybody. Just destroyed everything, Everything that we know of that was helping humanity. Let's look at the legacy of Europeans, the Edomites, the descendants of Esau, because that's who they are. What did they bring to our land? Go and check. The evidences are abound. It's everywhere. There was mass poverty through colonization, cash crop farming. Oh, are we talking about the IMF? Woo! That's the people that they created to enslave you forever. They will steal all your resources. We have done a show on that. How they will take everything, put people that shouldn't be in charge, take more, give them a little loan, and charge them 70% interest rate so that you will never pay it back.
Still doing it till now.
Still doing it till now. It's ongoing. Still doing it till now. They will start war somewhere, displace the people. They will pay their daughters and their sons who work for UN to come and tell you, oh, we're bringing you guys help. Oh, UN showed up at the camp. UN is bringing orca and water to feed our children. These people, do your children drink miri with corn in the morning for breakfast? The same people. The same people.
Red Cross, Yellow Cross, Blue Cross, they will come.
They will cause terrorism for resource control, war everywhere, crisis everywhere. As we are speaking in Sudan, our children are now dying of kwashiorkor everywhere.
Of course, it happened in Biafra first. That's the trying ground. That's where they tried it. They use hunger to destroy people. Yeah.
The same people, the legacy of the Europeans. The legacy of the Europeans, the legacy of the Europeans, the ones that are supposed to be white, relatives of white Jesus.
Yes, now.
The one that connect their being with whiteness, righteousness, whiteness. Then when it comes to us, it's blackness and demonic. They created fake democracy everywhere where leaders are insensitive. They praise their people. If you look at our own democracy, a case in point is the place called Nigeria. We were the only one in the whole face of Africa where American celebrities are now coming to do ads for us to go and vote. Isn't that a trigger for you that something is going on?
Exactly.
These people paid top actors of America to come and
even Obama, top politicians, top American politicians, they'll give them money to come and tell us, go and vote. You need to go and you need to make this vote to happen. You need to make this election to happen. Make it to happen.
Unbelievable. So these things are not hidden in the dark. It's just that you're not paying attention. The same way they're playing us is the same way they're playing our people here. Black people here in America are dying of hunger, but every time there's something bad that will take their money and destroy who they are, guess who they will use? They will use the same black people. Celebrities. Recently, NFL is running a lottery. Guess who they're using? Black celebrities telling black people that are already down and out, economically down and out, to go and join them in lottery. Remember how addictive lottery is, that when you start playing lottery, you're likely to lose everything. The same people, they will use one of you. You will never see a Chinese person running that lottery ad for them.
Never.
You will never see an Indian person running that ad for them. You will never see an Arabic person running that ad for them. It's always you. you.
African.
You don't know who you are, and we're telling you today that your ancestors is waiting for you to wake up and react.
Wake up and react.
They gave us slave hatred. We did it ourselves. He started doing slavery when they will have a house slave and an outside slave and inside slave, and I will sleep with you tonight, slave. So when the master come and inject his poison into you, so now the woman will start thinking that she's bigger than her husband because the master slept with you last night. But guess what? You didn't know. Once you give birth to that mixed child, your master will have an additional slave
To sell.
to sell.
Who does that?
Is that love?
Meanwhile, he's coming to you in the name of the Lord, in the name of white Jesus. That is like him.
Oh yeah, maybe she thought she was
So
sleeping with Jesus.
Eh?
So maybe she thought she was sleeping with Jesus.
Yes, now that's the essence now. So that anything they're doing to you, it is your God doing it to you.
Ah, Jesus.
So you cannot say no. It has to be righteous.
Meanwhile,
All
these
Bible gives
things.
a perfect description of how Jesus looked. But they will not allow you to see that part. You see the part that the colonial monster is your Jesus. It is the God that you worship.
Let's even look at this. Let's look at this just practically, right? If we as human beings start looking back to see what's been going on, who amongst the human race has been perpetrating wickedness on other people?
It's the same people now. Descendants of.
They're supposed to be white. There's some whiteness connected with them, and they are holy and godly and kind. Is this the kind of God you want to go and see in heaven anyway?
So that explains the type of Christianity your Pentecostals are teaching to our people. The God that wants to destroy you, the God that is want to punish you, the God that wants to do that. And so when the white man is coming to punish you and do all the things that do it to be that
You accept it.
So
You accept
mind control. But guess who is perpetuating it in our land? Our so-called church leaders, because they're ignorant, they will not read, and they're greedy also, because it's not just ignorance. Self-hatred, that's what it is.
Very much self-hatred. These things are so bad that when we are giving birth, they will give our children name they cannot pronounce.
Yes,
They will
Matthias.
call you Matthias,
Matilda.
Levatinus, Adolf, Alphonsus.
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Tell me how our old women in the village can pronounce those things. They don't even know.
I had demons. You don't know how many slave
Demons
people
for
they
you.
kill,
Yes.
and you're answering their name.
Mm.
Romanus. And
Yes.
that doesn't have any bearing.
And those priests and reverend will go and bring it for our people, because there's no way it's our people. Our old women in the village, they don't know these names. It is these agents, Roman agents in our land, that will give them all those names to replace Uche Chukwu, Munachim Swaga, Chukwu Emeka, names that have name and connect you to your people and your ancestors. So that actually Amarebi Sipota in Azagetrud.
Unbelievable. So they cause us to admire people that do not like us, that don't care for us, people that are working hard for our self-destruction. They bring terrorism, war, and crisis in our communities. They do it here. They do it here. They brought African Americans from the rural areas that they were, put them in apartments. The same apartment, they brought guns, they brought drugs, they brought everything. As we speak, every day, Black mothers are going to a funeral of a 17-year-old. And people is talking about election. Every day, go and meet one. I have told my daughter, she said, oh, every time you see someone, they're upset. I said, you don't want to be them. You don't want to live their life. Because as I'm telling you, talk to that person, you will find out that his brother was killed the other day, his uncle was killed, his nephew was killed. And how old are they? Less than 23 years of age. And yet we are in the most civilized country on the universe. The same people, y'all.
Black on black crime. Black
causing terrorism, war, and crisis in our communities.
Yes.
As we speak in Africa, brothers are the leading cause of death in our countries and across the continent. Were you guys killers before?
No.
We told in Igbo that life is sacrosanct. We do not kill people.
No, we don't.
The beauty of life.
Yes.
We dropped all of that, and now we are serving the colonial interests.
And destroying ourselves.
And destroying ourselves. Why they sit down and go on their yacht and go on their vacation? Their children go to Ivy League. They go to 10 vacations in a year. They buy clothes with tag. They will return it, throw it in the trash because it's not the color of shoe and dress that they want. Do you want to eat breakfast? No, I don't. And my people can't even find 1 meal a day to eat. The same group of people.
That's why we are.
They brought us death. Everyone,
Yes.
Go ahead, sister.
We are calling on every black man. Drop that white man's gun. Drop it. Drop that white man gun. Your forefathers did not produce mass destruction weapons. Drop it. Stop serving the interest of the white man. Stop killing your own people. I don't care what you are trying to protect and fight for. Drop the guns. We do not need guns for this conversation. We are having meaningful conversation on how we will live better. There's no need for guns. Whether you are police, whether you are military, police, go and ask, check police in London. Do they carry guns?
Even in Finland, as we speak, Finland is one of the safest countries in the whole world. Do you know that the police there, nobody even carry gun there?
They can't go in our ancient villages now. Did we have guns to police our people? We're not living in peace. Drop the white man's gun. You're promoting his market. If he wants to produce guns, he should produce it and use it on his head. We do not need guns in Africa or any community, any black community. We don't need weapons that kill people.
Mass destruction of our youths. Misguided youth that you guys did not put anything into, but you're expecting them to give something back. You left them in a place called Nigeria, that people are stealing, lying, committing crimes in the name of the Lord because they will bring God into it. Then when they commit little crimes, you take them out because, they are criminal, they're supposed to do this. What did you, and all the churches you're building in Nigeria, what role did they play to get this brother to be that stupid?
Criminals are inside that so rock. Those are the ones that should not believe it. But no, you will leave them and look for the destitute that you people kept hungry and start destroying them in the name of whatever I don't know.
56,000 killed in Nigerians, ethnic and religious violence. This is the new report from the Catholic World News. Thanks to them. See who's reporting.
Catholic is reporting. Meanwhile, the head of Ninas, and they cannot do anything to stop what is going on, but they'll come and report to us so that we'll do what?
Yeah. They want to act like they are on your side.
Okay.
It's all about the money that they are getting every month, right? Because we send it to Rome when our people are dying of hunger.
But there was something that you missed to that burial. Is it where did that happen? Okay.
It says this
Plateau, Bokos local government. This happened December 27, 2023. Can you see people burying their relatives by themselves after the massacre? By the way, we are going to bring the pastor in charge of this area. When this happened, is coming to this show. It's coming to Daughters of Truth. I've forgotten his name right now. Reverend Ezekiel. He's coming. We're going to send the promo out this week or next week. So far, we prepare. We are talking on the phone short before the show with him. He's willing to come and tell us, give us first-hand witness, so that the Christians that are living in the South buying private jets, while our own people are busy burying their loved ones on daily basis, they will know whether they deserve to be called Christians. This happened in Plateau State. This is just one of it. You have everywhere in the whole Nigeria, the same thing happening. Our people are made to bury their loved ones on daily basis.
It's insane. It's insane.
Because the white man wants oil and mineral resources. Sorry, my sister, please go ahead.
No place is safe for our people anymore because of resources. It's all about resource control all the time. Anywhere you see war, like my sister will say, is because there are some resources there that somebody wants. So whether they are Bill Gates or whoever, if they want it, they will come in there because of our useless leaders, implant themselves, and get things to go their way. All right, I'm trying to pull up a video that I wanted to show real quick. Where am I? Oh yeah, stop sharing.
Please continue to help us to share. We are talking about the European legacy upon Africa. How we were living before they came. White and Arab legacy upon Africans. The intention is to educate our people so that when we tell you this is the problem and say this is the solution, it will make sense to you. We don't want to just impose our views on you. We want you to understand it. We want to carry you along because we know that you are intelligent. You deserve to know the truth. You deserve to be partner. We are not pushing you. No. Oh, let's go and be doing. No. We want you to be informed so that you can be active partner in what is going on in the restoration and reformation of Africa and indeed in the entire world. Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. All right, we are moving on with the legacy of whites and Arabs upon Africans. As you can see in this PowerPoint, we are showing you our chief security officer, the so-called economist, our professor, right? The chief security. So pay attention to this word, the chief security officer. But yet, when he wanted to do the wedding of his daughter, he took the wedding to Abuja. What does that mean for our people economically? Even the people that would have sold gas, buy akara, buy wine, all of that economic activities would have now moved to Abuja. But this is the guy that's supposed to be taking care of the so-called space, Anambra, right? And then he's the chief security officer. These things are so bad that the so-called professor cannot even provide security for him and his gang members. But they want to rule you. It's all about them. These people are reckless, insensitive. So all they're doing is to oppress our people in the name of fake democracy. You don't have any democracy. You do not have any democracy. According to Sahara Report, U.S. Nuclear Organization released report on how ex-President Buhari allegedly funded the camp in Southeast to kill residents. Use Ebonyi State government as executors.
Okay.
You guys hearing? These are your brothers, so because that's what people keep thinking. Oh yeah, but the white people are no longer there. When they left, they put cotton mask over your head.
Yes.
In charge.
Yes.
People that will never represent you. People that will never work on your interests. The same people, as they are declaring their presidency, they are now hanging with some group of people, all in the name of whatever they are doing, and our people are dying of hunger. Things are not moving. It's always about them. They are all in the same group, enjoying the same benefits.
Yes.
Enjoying the same benefits.
Whether APC, PDP, Labour, whatever they call themselves, all the political parties that are together in one side. You, suffering masses, are on the other side. Do not think that two of you are doing anything together. You are at the receiving end. Why they are the benefiting end? They are benefiting from the 1999 Constitution and they are the same gang members. Watch the video and see what we are telling you. They are going for Yaradua's mother's burial. Who is that? Donald Atiku. Okay. He saw the vice president. All the incredible way. I want my sister to know it.
He's pointing to you guys, your father here. brother here that's supposed to be representing you during your next election. Your brother is so in tune with where he's going that he's wearing the same outfit. You can't even tell him, you can't even identify him in the
No, you can't tell him apart from the rest of the people.
No, you can't. And whoever that is doing this video looks like he's doing it for him because they keep focusing on him, showing you guys that these people are never for you.
Yes.
It has always been about them. If you remember our brother, the first video that we played, he said before you can go on that seat, you have to go and agree with power that be, the establishment. You have to go and agree with the establishment that you are going to carry on with their biddings. And we're telling you guys that we need to move on. We need to create the environment where even if you're not there, Peter Obi and his cronies will not be allowed to do what they're doing to our people and get away with it. You will be voted out. Real election, not the fake one. And it cannot move if you don't have that document called Constitution that's supposed to put things in place to ensure that nobody can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. Let me pull up this PowerPoint once again. So we just wanted to share that portion of that video with you because we're talking about what we have now. For some reason, our people believe that, oh, something is going on in the background. People are doing better. We have governors. We have this. We have nothing. What we have is the reckless, insensitive leaders that the colonialists left for us. The same people. Asset stripping by whites and black Arab continues as we speak. They are everywhere. Look where Bill Gates, the man that looks like a dry fish in Ngega.
He is like vulture. All these are
right. And look at all the black men with low self-esteem.
Yes.
They are so happy to be hanging around white person that if he asks any of them to donate their liver, they will gladly do it. That's how stupid all those men you're seeing are.
Look at them. Look at them.
Look at them.
Inside the National Executive Council of Nigeria. This is where your destiny is decided. That is where the vulture is inside. They've gathered all the vultures, sucking your blood and eating your flesh.
Unbelievable. NNPC ties Dangote's petroleum price to forest rates. Are you guys surprised?
No.
We're not surprised. They're taking everything. Our brother said it's asset stripping.
Yes.
They're taking everything and putting their names on it. Because you refuse to react. You're waiting for God to come and do it for you. You think if you ba long enough, God will ba down and come and do it for you.
That's what the ungodly church leaders taught them now. Doing night vigil every night. Deceiving them and brainwashing the people. As hunger is biting harder.
Very much harder. Look at the white Jesus. He's there winking one eye. You know, I have punked you guys and I'm having a blast.
Look at the guy. He said that these people actually believe that I'm their God.
You actually
for them.
If a that stole something from you, all of a sudden you're coming home, he tried to dress like your husband. You know, he did a facial surgery, dressed up and came out. You're like, yeah, something is fishy here, but you can't really see it. The Jesus, white Jesus, has punked you guys. The European and the white American marketed their white Jesus to us. When the Bible that you're supposed to read, that's why my sister keeps saying, go and read the Bible yourself. Go and read the Bible yourself. When we know the Bible described him as a black Messiah. He came to deliver humanity for spiritual and physical decay, death, slavery, colonization through the people, of course, the black Jew that are colonized and enslaved by the Europeans. I love what that pastor said. What did he call it? The new one talking about the tithing and this and the church.
Dr. Damina.
Yeah, what he said about reintroducing Messiah to our people.
Exactly.
I love that. That somebody is trying to reintroduce this God that we're supposed to know to us. Because what we had all this time, my dear, is a bunch of lies.
We have been punked, guys.
Very much punked. We should consider everything that we know as lies until
lies. Start afresh. Be
Start
done
afresh.
easy.
Clean it out.
Genesis. Consider everything you know done. Start afresh.
Start afresh, my dear.
And Revelation 4:3. The description is there. Open, written in black and white. Revelation 1:13-15. Go back to your, if you're a Christian and you're done reading your Bible by yourself, don't talk to me or don't tell me you're a Christian, because you are not. You are, in fact, you're a danger to the society, because you'll be brainwashed and become a weapon that they will use to destroy our people. That's why you're a danger.
Very much. So we are promoting our Black Messiah. The color of our Master Yeshua is bronze. Look at it there, how handsome he looks.
Yes.
That's who you should replace, with all of you that want to put white Jesus as your what is it called, profile. Look at this one. We can put it on our Facebook. You guys can start collecting it. That's your God that you're looking at. It looks like you. In Revelation chapter 4, verse 3, it says the color of the God the Father is brown like a jasper and a sardine stone. And we have the color there to show you.
Yes.
So don't let Jesus with winking one eye or lipstick or master.
He's having fun after punking all Africans. You know how many billions of people are talking about? He's saying, yeah, I got you guys.
Which one is it?
I remember.
We have been punked, guys. Let's turn this around. Our ancestors are waiting for us to react. So through this fake religion, go ahead.
Sorry, and what these white people, white supremacists, what they have done is that they have declared war against God, the God of the universe, because that's what they did. Yeshua HaMashiach incarnated himself into human being to come and save humanity. The way he had a message. He saw white man. He didn't come like that because they are the oppressors. He came as oppressed so that he will show us and teach us what he wants to teach us. But these evil people turned it into business making, changed his name, changed his identity, just like they've changed the identity of the rest of us, and marketed lies to my people. And for years, they've been praying and calling unto this God. He's not hearing. It's as if he's dead, that they're calling Baal. But that's what it is, because you have been crying to an idol. You are worshiping what you did not know. All we are telling our people, the time has come for you to worship who you know, what you know. It will make sense to you. Bring your brain as you're coming.
Do they have a choice?
They don't.
Because their ancestors are waiting for them to react.
Yes.
So through this fake religion, these people gave us self-hate. We hate ourselves so much that right now, Black people are the biggest kingmakers of hair products for China. Black people are the biggest kingmakers for everything to enhance ourselves, our face, our nose, our everything, because we want to change everything about us.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
Now they have gone to Brazil to bring the backyard of Brazil, calling BBL. Black women that had back before. Naturally, you are the one that has back. You have behind in this whole world. If there's anybody that should be doing BBL, it's a white woman. The white woman is not doing BBL. It's the Black woman that lacks self-esteem, that has to go to Brazil to go and make sure. Who do you think you are enticing? Our brothers that are already destroyed and done and out, they will use you and dump you. Because
one brother told him that he's not paying for any of that.
The beauty of an African woman is her character, her strength, her inner strength, and her inner beauty. We're not saying you don't look beautiful outside, but if you are not beautiful from inside, if you want to carve yourself, when you finish, you are an empty barrel. Beauty of a woman, of an African woman that will be relevant in this age, has to come from inside. Stop all these movements people are doing and wasting our money that we use to do important things. Sorry, my sister, please go ahead.
No, don't be, my dear. What they don't know is that a true African man is looking for a woman that will give birth to his vision. And the last time I checked, his vision is not big butts. It's not big breasts.
Oh,
It's
we.
not big. So when they bring you, that's how they will beat the hell out of you, because after they sleep with you
It's over.
and you're not able to give birth to the vision that they have, you will become a punching bag, you and your big butts. Go check out the celebrities. None of them can, with all their big butts and their big breasts and everything, every time you turn around, they're no longer married.
How will they be?
Because it's not what an African man wants.
It's not about big butts and big breasts. You need more to bring to the table.
It's not.
Your brain.
You just enrich your British or your, I don't know, Brazilian doctor. That's what you did. It has nothing to offer to a black man.
And a lot of women are dying on this nonsense.
A lot of women are dying. So these people cause us to see ourselves as inferior, and we are okay with that. As we speak, people will say, Beke Wabara, which Abara? Beke are criminals, if you ask me.
Yeah.
In order for people to feel complete, they have to go to Pope and Rome so that they can kiss the hand of Pope. The hand, you don't know which private party has entered.
Hey! As an papa audience. Story.
And you get a big name. Ibute nsi, ikpo ya papa audience. Ti yokpo hanse. Nsi. Our God is.
May God deliver our people. May God deliver our people from this.
You will go to Mecca. There is a couple here that died recently. It wasn't in July during that heat.
Yes.
They saved all their money to go to Mecca, only for them to die. Because they are looking in search of their God. They've been waiting. They say that's where their God is. Haga Hali, everything. Now you're a full-blown Muslim. You have done it all. You're complete once you get there. But you didn't even start in your neighborhood to do the things that you need to do, because the human being that you see around you, they are replicas of God. You don't value them, but you will save all your life to go and see a God that you think is somewhere. Hell, who did this to us? They organize a religious entity that we know that is a scam against everything that we believed in. They will ask us to tear down our obi, throw away our mother's arts, all the architectural things that we have around the house. Everything that our forefathers left for us, they told us to throw all of them away because they are demonic. But if you come here, a friend of mine just went to Europe. He went into a building that was built in 1660, and the things are still in that building. They didn't throw anything away. You did. They gave us transactional religion. And they destroyed everything that we had that made us who we are. They always have to take something from us. Now they're not even ashamed. With their so-called prosperity gospel, they are begging for money. Oh God, there's somebody here. If you bring $10,000, God will bless you. God will save you. Bring $10,000. Okay, can I make it two? God said it's going to be 3 people that can bring $7,000. Are you guys kidding me?
Stealing in the name of the Lord.
Stealing in the name of the Lord.
They will reduce it until it's $1.
They don't reduce though, because some idiot will get up and give it to them.
No, when they finish the 5,000, they say, okay, even if you have 1,000, bring. Okay, even if you have 500, bring. Okay, even if you have $1, bring. Because they want to sweep everything. Greedy people.
The same people that you want to go to Mecca to go and see, they are still enslaving your people. You will not tell me that you have not seen the horror stories of our sisters jumping through the windows to escape these people. You can't tell me that. You cannot tell me you have not seen the videos of our brothers being lined up with lantern and white men are standing there pointing to see which one to buy. But you want to go to see your God in Mecca. And I want to thank our Israeli brothers and sisters that beat the hell out of the black women that came there to worship Jesus. If you see them knock out all their teeth, we'll start here now at an airport. Enough is enough. We have to do much better for ourselves. They gave us church that will take our money, promise us prosperity and heaven. As we can see, this whole thing is a scam. Prosperity gospel is a scam. Institutional religion is a scam. Transactional and material gospel is criminal and wicked. And of course, these people are tithe mongers. All they ask is to bring. Oh, pastor is having a wedding. Oh, pastor is having a church. Oh, not pastor, daddy. Daddy is having a anniversary. Daddy is busy collecting money from everywhere in the name of daddy. I remember when I used to be in one of those fake churches. I was in the restroom and I came out, and the people, somebody that they call mommy, because that's one thing I refuse to call them. There's no way I'm going to call somebody that I'm better than mommy and daddy. And then come to think of it, especially Igbo people that are circumcised on the 7th day to have this thing with your God. Then you let people that came from random places now to come and start putting their hands on your head for blessing. How is that okay? How is that okay? So I came out from the restroom. Somebody said, oh, hey, have you seen mama? I gave the woman one look. She ran out of the restroom. She would say, this one is not going to call me mama. I say, you got that right. Call you mommy from where to where? First of all, go and lose some weight. You're very obese. In our church. Maybe perhaps if I see you at the gym, I will say hi. Gospel of greed and selfishness, it has destroyed our society. So it's time for us to begin to look for ways to earn better living and get our people out of this mayhem. The Roman Catholic courts, they're everywhere. We're even worse. I used to be kind of like taken aback. I wasn't really thinking anything about it when all my white patients that live in the rural areas here of Texas will come and tell me, oh, I saw our pastor. No, our father has a name similar like yours. I said, okay. And then another person will come from another rural area. Oh, I saw somebody, looks like, are you Igbo? Some of them have spoken to the bishop or whoever, and he's an Igbo person. Then they'll ask me if I'm Igbo. These are the same agents that they use to keep our people down. Here in Houston, we have this Igbo Catholic. You tell them, let's talk about something happening in our Igbo community. Then we said, no, we don't want to go political. But the same group of people will bring politicians. Sheila Jackson will come and talk. The Indian guy will come and they will never allow you to come anywhere near them. But, oh, I forgot, he's whiter. He's a little bit better than black people. So I ain't on a fourth. When you look at the hierarchy, black people are there at the 4th level. So the Indian after white, maybe Indian. So they will allow them to come in and talk to them. You tell them that our land is on fire, insecurity is everywhere. Let's talk about things today. They say, oh, it's politics. You have to go to Galveston to get permission. The same people. Who is in charge? Our brothers and sisters. Go and look at all the Indian churches here. I promise you, or their religious centers, they don't have to go anywhere to get any permission to do anything for their people. So again, we're dealing with agents that look like us. They speak like us. They even have our name. Sometimes they may have name like Dorati and Gertrude, Alphonsus, now Linus. And you have all the white name, because you have to have that white name for them to know that you're sold out. They will take things from our hungry people. Their eggs, their yam, their foodstuff. Every time you see father is doing well. He's earning a living. He's building houses in his father's compound. He's sending his brothers and sisters to Germany, to US, to London. From where our father. And people are busy, willing to give them more and more and more. The Anglicans will take your church, promising you heaven after your death. Our mothers are still being tasked to give money for things that they know nothing about. They are being forced to buy books they cannot read. Oh, bring money, this and that. Oh, if you die, it won't come. Let them not come. Your dead mothers and fathers, let them not come. They are criminals anyway. Let them not come. It's terrible. So these institutions and kingdoms of men have stopped men from having free access to the one true God, the God of our ancestors that we know about, the one that ministers to us and tells us wrong from right. They have become an obstacle to those who want to worship God in spirit and truth and honesty, because it's all about money. We showed you guys a picture of the one that was bending down. When he saw money packed up to the heaven, he bent down and be worshiping it. And we tell you that all these people, whether the ones following this one, that one, they are idol worshippers. None of them know nothing about God. They don't. Because if they do, Ofonogu will make so much sense to them. If they do, Egbe will make so much sense to them. So tell me, how can you claim to love the unseen God when you are cruel and wicked to the human that you are seeing? How can you claim to love the unseen God when you are cruel and wicked to the humans around you? So you can see it has never been about God. It has never, ever, ever been about God. I will allow my sister to take over. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. It has never been about God. They are marketing their strategy, marketing their people, marketing whatever they want to market, and then at the end of the day, they get our people destroyed. We're talking about the legacy of whites and Arabs upon Africa, destroying of lives and properties. And then eventually, Black Arabs will forcefully recruit poor, ignorant indigenous Africans into their terror groups. It's about creating terrorism and crisis. Please, the next slide. As a result of this, you have mass poverty through the feudal system. In the feudal system that these people brought to the north, the feudal system says all men are not born equal. All men are not equal. So they created almajiris out of our people. You hear more of this when we have our brother from the north come to grant interview to us so that you can educate us properly. We are big on education. There's somebody that is on the platform called answering Chiedu or someone. Please calm down so that you understand what is being taught. Here is not a beer parlor. We don't have beer parlor conversations. We have intelligent conversation. We bring point, we bring facts, we bring truth to the table. And then we want people to engage us based at that high level, not beer parlor under the influence of alcohol. No, we don't do that. So as a result, there's also loss of identity through Arab Muhammad. Yes, the indigenes, I'll give you an example. Our people living in humid place, practicing Islam, dress like Arabs that live in deserts, covered up as if there's dust that they're covering up for. That is how they have brainwashed our people, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Islam, whatever they brought as religion, what they had in mind is not to move you to God, is to get you brainwashed so that you be colonized. Get you stupid, unable to think critically, then they colonize you. So admiration of Arabs, which our brothers that are practicing Islam do, they don't deserve it. We don't have problem if you are admiring somebody that deserves it, but you don't admire your killer, the killer of your people, of your children, the destroyer of your lives and property. You don't do that. We'll give you an example. When we heard that they are promising these killers that when they die, they will be given 70 virgins. That alone is promoting mass genocide. And even when it doesn't make sense. And we are telling our African Muslims, just like we are speaking to our African Christians, all the things we are calling out, we say, go home, think critically, because what we need deep interrogation in what we're discussing here. If you are not able to think critically, this platform might not be for you. You might still have to go and work on your brain. Then you come back. Because we want people that are ready to anything they put in front of you. You are able to interrogate it properly, think about it, so that it will make sense to you. and then you know the decision to make. I remember growing up, I used to ask a lot of questions. I'll ask my mom. She'll say, we didn't ask our parents. So I said, okay. If you didn't ask your parent, then don't make
That's your problem.
because I'm going to ask you. If you don't have answer, you better go and get answer. And that's what is happening to religion today. You people deceived our generation that they didn't ask questions. Me, I asked questions. I asked woman now, everybody. My name is question. You will explain it. If it doesn't make sense, I'm not doing it. I don't care who you are. So that's why I was brought up. My father raised me like that, to use my brain and think. So engaging church, I used the same thing. That's why they couldn't deceive me with their Christianity, because I was carrying my Bible. So this Gen Z, this generation now, are children that ask questions. They do not swallow anything they are telling them. That's why these church pastors are already in trouble, because they have a lot of answers to. They will answer questions. So we are not uncomfortable with answering questions. You use your brain to ask questions. Please continue to share, like, and subscribe, and so that you know once we drop videos. So we go to decolonization process for Black world. Decolonization process for Black world. Because we have marshaled out all the things, because that's what we do on this show. We give you all the problems, and then we give you the solution. To fix what colonization and neo-colonization broke in the entire world, especially Africa and Nigeria, we must start with telling truth, and then help others to discover that truth. That's where we're going to start from. Embrace Nina's movement. Go to Nina's, you see that Nina's means Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. Is a movement, and it's a movement of intellect. It's a movement that you use your brain. You will come with your brain. If you're drinking alcohol too much, stop drinking alcohol too much, because your brain will be suppressed. So it's a movement you come with your brain, so that when they're saying anything, you are able to interrogate it and ask questions and understand better, so that when you see things, they will make sense to you. So we must understand what broke, how it broke, when it broke, who broke it, and why. That is what is the function of colonialism and neo-colonialism in Africa and Nigeria. Because whoever that did it had a reason why he did it. So if you don't understand, if you're not coming from that point of view, you will ask me, white man, but he gave us phone. White man, he gave you car. You think that's what we're discussing here? You think this is what this conversation is all about? No, it's not. So you will be ready to interrogate issues from deep points, not shallow. Then you will find out where your ancestors were. We are talking about decolonization process, because this decolonization process, it has to start with individuals. Your brain first has to be decolonized before we talk about decolonizing the people and the community and the nations and entire Africa. Because it's when you have decolonized an individual, the Africans, then you can decolonize the entity. So it's important. Ask questions. Whether you are European, African, Arab, when all these atrocities that we have been mentioning on this show all the time, when it was happening, where were your own ancestors? Where were they? What role did they play? Were they benefiting from this evil? Were they supporting this evil in any way or the other? Are you and your family still in possession of these stolen goods and wealth? Ask questions. We are talking about decolonization. You begin to take the plight, because it's when you ask these questions, when it begin to make sense to you. When you have humbled yourself. Last week, my sister read the scripture for a way, said, if the people called by me will humble themselves and seek me, I will show myself. It's when you have humbled yourself to begin to think and ask, my ancestors, what role did they play in this evil that we're seeing? Then you begin to take the plight of the marginalized and oppressed individuals very seriously. It will begin to make sense to you. If you look at Nigerians that are suffering, that are being marginalized, that are being oppressed, you will have pity in your heart. You will humble down and say, what do I do? Then you begin to join movements for decolonization of Nigeria and Africa. You begin to play a role that will help everyone to have their rights as human beings and live freely as human beings. You will not be part of people that take away people's rights. If I say I'm an Igbo person, you start getting agitated. Oh my God, oh, you are tribalistic, you are bigotry, you are this one. I said I introduced myself. Did I stop you from introducing yourself? If you're Kalabari, if you are Ijo, if you're Yoruba, introduce yourself also. I will respect you as such. I just announced my identity. Why are you getting agitated? Colonized mind, because your mind is colonized. The white man told you that you should not allow her to be Igbo. Don't say you are Nigerian. Don't say you are Yoruba. Don't say you are Igbo. Don't say you are Ijo. Say you are Nigerian. Something that you don't know meaning of.
Ndoshi criminals.
And people that went to school are carrying it about. You see them on social media creating cultural content. I'm not tribalistic. I'm not bigotry. I'm not eating. Because you have been untethered in a faith. You are sinking. You're swimming. You're floating on the river. You never sink. You they shake. You never sink. You belong to nowhere. You're rootless. You lack identity. And that means you have identity crisis. You're dysfunctional. Do not use your dysfunctionality to impose your dysfunctionality on us. Our identity matters to us.
Yes, sir.
How we came from matter to us. Because our legacy is tied to it. If it doesn't mean anything to you, that's okay. That is your choice. But do not impose it on me.
Yep.
Don't make me look as if, oh, she's a Mweke. Yeah, you have to say, I'm an American. But I'm not. I'm an Igbo woman. God made me Igbo. I'm indigenous person of Igbo. I'm proudly Igbotic. That's who God made me to be. If I deny what God made me or who God made me to be, I will start having crisis because I won't even know myself. And then I'll have low esteem. And then I will not be able to love myself. If I don't love myself, how do I love my neighbor as myself? Have you seen where the problem is coming from? Do not play a role in trying to deny people their rights. Play active role in putting your privilege and financial benefit down to make the world a better place. Be it your intellect, be it your money or anything you have, bring it for this project because we are trying to make the world a better place. The white man, the colonialists, destroy the world. But we have come as children of God to fix the world, and we are able to fix the world.
Absolutely.
We know our potentials. We know what we're able to do. We can do it. We can achieve it. We must stop the colonizers from being active among us. We are talking about decolonization process. We must stop the colonizers from being active amongst us, directly or indirectly. Directly through colonial political structures and financial institutions. We need to take down the 1999 Unitary Constitution and those operating it. Is the previous there's the previous slide. We're talking about directly stopping the colonial masters. 1999 Constitution, Unitary Constitution, was imposed by the colonial masters. They brought it. So the decolonization process, we must take it down completely, not amending it completely. We need to stop colonial political and traditional puppets, those that are selling our people in our land, in your land. That's why it's important for you to know where you come from. Because if you don't know where you come from, you go and start fighting in Lagos. Meanwhile, you're an Igbo man. If you know where you come from, you go back to Igbo land. Know that that is where you're starting your own decolonization process. Yoruba people will do their own decolonization process in Yoruba land. Then we work hand in hand as like partners, respecting with mutual respect and trust. Because what the colonial masters did was to put mistrust in our midst. We don't trust ourselves. Any little thing we get agitated, thinking that your brother is taking something that belongs to you.
But
Meanwhile,
you trust the terrorists too.
yes, but you trust the terrorist. The one that you want to trust is the one that is actually doing the bad job. But your brother that is also a victim, you get agitated. It's part of the colonization mind. Your mind has been colonized. So we're talking about decolonization. How to take away colonization from your brain. Remove it from your brain. When you do that, you now know what we're saying to make more sense to you. You need to reject Bill Gates' disease-causing and biological weapons of mass destruction in your own indigenous land, because they're bringing it to your land. They're not going to plant it in Abuja. It's your land, the indigenous land. So you go back to your land. That's where you start. That's where you start the decolonization process. That's where you stop it from your land. But if you don't know where you came from, how will you not do it? If you think you are a job, you start going, you need to know where you come from. And if you don't know where you come, there's some few percentage that probably do not know where they come from. That's okay. Don't worry. Those that know, we have those that know more in number. Let them do the job and then fix the world for us. You will also benefit from it. So don't go and start stopping it because, I don't know where I came from. That shouldn't be a hindrance. Your percentage is small. Let those that know where they came from help us to fight this war. So amongst your people is where the Bill Gates is bringing his GMO food and all the nonsense. You need to reject it in your land, because once that's
everything, you're not even just the food, anything, bring it, don't use.
Exactly.
Don't use it if you're going to ingest it.
Yes, these were people that created COVID. So start working from your land. Start planting your own type of food and everything. Reject the one that they're bringing. They are using Fulani terrorists and bandits to kill and displace indigenous farmers. So they can cause artificial scarcity and starvation. So they can bring in their cancer-causing GMO food. Do you people understand what we're saying? We told you that these colonialists, part of the strategy they use is they cause a problem and then bring themselves as a solution. They will come first. They have used the Fulani, they arm the Fulanis. The Fulanis were holding sticks. Who armed them? Do you know how much one AK-47 cost? So they armed them, use them to destroy the local farmers, and then you see Bill Gates with his head like Udene coming into the next meeting so that he will now bring food for you. It's the same way. They cause war and crisis and supply guns and weapons. They cause disease and now cause the treatment that is still fake, that we still is about population, depopulation of people, destroying of Africa and the people. We must stop the colonizers from being active amongst us, directly and indirectly. So indirectly, through your religion, through your media, misinformation and propaganda, through your media, Ruben Abati, El-Rufai, all of them. All these are colonial puppets because they will not tell you the truth. Half truth is not truth. If you're saying truth, say it very well. Research it and say it well. Stop doing brown envelope journalism. They also use your miseducation tools, like your education system. You see somebody, you graduate, but you don't know what you read. They just give you certificates, but they've not trained you to solve any human problem. We need to help to eradicate ignorance, fear, and the use of state to terrorize the people. At whatever level, people, we can do this by ourselves. If you're a military man, black man in military, black man in police, please stop destroying our people. Even if you are on Igbo, stop it. Decolonization process. Stop doing the work of the white man in your land against your people. If you don't have anything to eat, go and start farming. If that's the only job that you need to do, they send you to go and kill our people. Say no. And if you cannot say no because you must eat, then go and farm. Resign. That is not a job. You're drinking blood. And your generation, your children and your generation will pay for that blood that you're wasting. You're wasting human life for no just reason. You see innocent people, go and kill them, call them criminals. You think you will not pay?
Oh, dear.
You will pay. So if your job is making you to kill our people, please resign. Go and start selling corn. It's noble. Education and university system that is suppressing the thoughts of our people. Our youths are not able to think critically and engage in proper conversation, meaningful conversation with you, where their brain will function. No, you see them on social media. Give me. They reason like Otule. Yet they went to university. What did they?
Unbelievable.
We are talking about decolonization process. You need to decolonize the religion you practice. In Africa and Nigeria, decolonize scripture. When you read the Bible, stop reading it with the eye of white man. Read it with the correct eye. Decolonization of your scriptures. Pastors, you need to help us. If you don't help us, your job will finish, because we're already with our people and we are training them. They will begin to ask you questions. And one day they will sack you from the pulpit. You better begin to change now. It's time to end the white Arab supremacist, true fake religion that portrays Africans and African spirituality as inferior. We need to end it. We're talking about decolonization. We must decolonize our minds. Our sister has Ndidi Uweche. Check her on Facebook. That's why we put this here. This thing you see, Black World pushing. She designed it, so we give credit to her. And then she has a Telegram group saying decolonize Black World, mind and religion. Please look for that Telegram group and join, because she's bringing out a lot of articles through the week to teach our people. Say Black World can never be free to be what the Creator made us to be, while the colonizer, a thief, is still active among us. Join the Colonized Black World, Mind and Religion, a group on Telegram. You must first download Telegram app, and then say share widely. So please, you need information, because we come once a week, and then other people are on the social media doing other things, getting our people, their minds decolonized, and then get the type of mind. So we must decolonize our minds. For us to decolonize our minds, it will involve educating the indigenous peoples of Africa to realize their potentials, provoking their inner strength and ability to beat the enemy, reinforcing the people's qualification and entitlement to their possessions. The lands belong to you. You are the original land of the ancestral lands. You are qualified to take hold of it. Decolonizing your mind will involve to bring the best out of our people, rather than always calling them evil, so that they can realize who they are and then be able to live up to their true identity. All the people on social media creating content, we are telling you what you need to begin to do to our people, because we tell you that this work is a teamwork. We are working together. We bring out the things. We know you are watching. Please go through this slide so that you understand the type of content we want you to be creating for our African people and Nigerians, so they will begin to understand what is going on, making us realize what we carry, so we can live out our true identity. Because when you educate the people, they will know what to do. We need to provoke our strength and amplify our inner strength and capabilities. We are intelligent enough.
We are.
To turn the system around. We are intelligent enough to turn the system around. We are intelligent enough to build a system that will work for us and everyone. Yes, we are. But we must learn to understand, accept, and deal with our reality. Because if you don't understand your reality, you might not understand how to solve your problem. It's important to understand your reality, accept it, and then know how to deal with it. It means that we must understand that it is not in the character of God to kill your enemy. What did we say? It's not in the character of God to kill your enemy and defeat your enemy for you, when he has given you the intelligence, the potentials to get a strategy that will be able to contain the enemy and defeat the enemy. He will not come down from heaven to do it.
Please, can you read that again? Because your pastor tells him to go ba 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 and wait for
we want to repeat it. We said that the God of the universe that created you, created your ancestors, gave your ancestors rich land, resources, that he loves you. And he has created you with intelligent brain, and intelligent mind that you can use to contain your enemy and defeat your enemy. He is not coming to do it for you because it's not in his character to do that. It is not in the character of God of the universe to kill your enemy and defeat your enemy for you.
They should have known that by now. Tinubu is still there colonizing them. And
Exactly.
oil.
Obasanjo is there. Buhari is there. IBB is there. Since I was small, I started hearing Nigerians cursing IBB. He's not that, many people have died since then.
What about the one that did the Biafra war thing? Can I say you?
Yeah, go on. They are all there.
So they are not dying, my dear. They will
Look at
himself.
Buhari, when he was like Oporoko, he entered Aso Rock. He became fresher and younger. Yet your Ojono Ebuoji is telling you to examine his ear, examine his nose, that he's a spirit from somewhere. See how we tell you that? That's why we told you that man.
He doesn't know what money can do and undo.
He knows he was sent by the enemy to distract our people and be telling our people cock and bull story. Imagine if our people did not waste 10 years chasing rats in the bush, that they focused on Nina's project. And imagine where we would have been by now. But that evil man was sent to distract them. And he will pay for it. Yes, Umada said he will pay. For every blood, every life that is lost without any war, the people doing it, we pay for it. That is Ordinana. That is Igbo land. English doesn't solve it. That's how it is in our land. And it will remain like that. The enemy, God is not fighting for the enemy. You're going to stop the enemy. You see, Tinubu, he entered there, almost licking whatever he was licking. Is he not looking younger now? Is he not looking fresher? There is blood they give them inside there. They will drink it. When they finish drinking it, they will refresh themselves and be okay. It's your blood that are drinking. So wishing them death is not what we're saying. You need to bring your brain home. Bring your brain to the table. Bring your brain so that you work on things that work. We're not telling you to do things that will not work. We're talking about decolonizing your mind, decolonizing your religion. Stop giving money to your church leaders, your imams, traditionalists, especially if you're poor. These politicians are already sharing the stolen wealth with them because they give to them so that they can recruit you during elections. So they are working with them, their partners. Whether imam or the traditional rule, whatever, the church, all of them. That's what I'm talking about, decolonizing your religion, how you believe in your God, how you worship. You need to decolonize it because they are working with them, and that is why they cannot speak truth to them. That's why they cannot support the struggle to liberate the people. They will not do it because they are all compromised. They have eaten from the evil pots, and they cannot do anything for you. You need to begin to push for societal reform from your angle, from your neighborhood, wherever you are. When you see your brother, your sister, your uncle doing something wrong, don't turn the face and say, it doesn't concern me. It concerns you. Because that thing that person is doing is going to affect all of us. Start from your own neighborhood and begin the societal reform. These things we are teaching, begin to practice it in your home and begin to come up. We must reform the way we do religion. We must reform the way we do politics. We must reform the way we do education. We must reform the way we do business. We'll give you an example, the unitary constitution. To have unitary constitution in a diverse and multicultural society is wicked and it's obsolete. It's not done anywhere.
Pressure cooker for injustice.
It's pressure cooker for injustice. You need to understand it and you need to push it to your politicians, to everybody that is swearing to uphold that evil document. Yes, 1999 Constitution is the witches and wizards you have been looking for how to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to decolonize your religion. No witches and wizards is coming from your ancestors from anywhere.
No.
The wizard you're looking for to kill, ba 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 ba, is the 1999 Constitution. Stop ba ba baing around. You need to embrace the true Messiah, not the white man. We have told our people in Igbo land to remove all the idols of white European Jesus and his mother. This is abomination in our land. Remove it from your home, remove it from your communities. That's the beginning of your trouble. If you carve an image of your colonizer in front of you, and every day you bow to it and bow your children to it, it's very significant. You will never be free in your mind. So you will not be free physically. That's why it's so important. As so mother, we are pleading with you. Remove the idols of the white colonial Jesus away from your homes. It's very important what we are saying. How can you claim you love an unseen God when you are so cruel and wicked to the human beings living around you? It's not possible. That's why we say begin the reformation right from your community. Begin to show love to your neighbors, because the colonial master does not want that. The colonial master wants you to hate your neighbors. He wants you to live in your room, put yourself in a cage, and you don't know what is happening to your neighbor. The widow that is by your side that they've not eaten with the children, you don't know. Then you now carry the whole money and go and give to your pastor. Have you seen what we say that they're partners? That's not how we used to live, and we were going back to how we used to live. When we say we are going back to our traditions and our culture, it's not to go and carve wood inside forest and be bound to it, because that is stupid. Or to be killing animal and drinking the blood. That is even senseless. It's by doing the things that worked for us before. Before, we took care of the fatherless in our land. We took care of the widows. We took care of the orphans, the strangers. We were kind people. Let's go back to that. That is the culture we're talking about. People are being massacred in this country, and Christians are contributing money for their papas and mamas in the Lord to buy designer wares and buy private jets. Is that not wickedness? How do you claim that you love God that you're not seeing when you are so wicked to your fellow human beings? Pastors and priests, we are appealing to you. You already have platforms. You have built platforms that people are following you. Can you change your message? Can you change your message to your people? Because if our people are so brainwashed, it means that you brainwashed them. Because people are what they listen to. If our people lack ability to think critically, it's because you made them so. We, the people, have risen. We will teach our people the right thing. If you are not ready to teach our people the right thing, get ready to phase out. You become irrelevant.
You say,
what's going to happen? So for your own good, did you go back and go and research that Bible and begin to get information that is accurate, that our people need to liberate them from this slavery and colonization? We thank people like Dr. Abel Damino and others that are already getting into the new season, because we are entering a new season already. Reintroducing Yeshua HaMashiach, the brown black Jesus, to liberated Africans and to the world. That is part of the colonization of scriptures. We tell you to go and read Revelation 4:3, Revelation 1:13 to 15. You see what we're saying is there. You need to decolonize your religion. Yes, the traditional worshippers, those ones that are killing poor animals that they should use for meat and promising our people spiritual realm, access into spiritual realm. Please, killing and sacrificing animals to get prosperity is not smart. Who does that? You don't need all that now. Please, people, some will carry the goat and throw inside River Niger. The goat that is supposed to eat, you throw inside River Niger to who? Who are you giving it to? Who is there? Can you stop being like, can you upgrade? This is 2024, my people. They are just scamming you. Just like the white and Arab partners. It's all about scamming. That's why I told you that the institutionalized religion and all these religion days that are doing mass this thing is all scam. Use that money to help the poor people around you. Love and serve humanity. It opens doors. We call it Saraka. As you're helping your neighbors, as you're helping the universe, the human beings around you, universe will open to you. Things will become easier for you. Things will become, you'll be activating certain powers to move you forward. But it's not given to your criminal pastors. The money that you're supposed to use to take care of your parents, your old parents, you carry and go and give to your pastor. The car you're supposed to buy and get a driver for your old parents, you go and give to your criminal pastor. That's no way. Please stop that. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. So our ancestors are waiting for you to do what? React. Our ancestors are waiting for you to react. We must submit to you guys today that everything that you've learned or you've known all this time is a lie until proven otherwise. Everything is a lie until proven otherwise. Go and begin to, especially when it comes to religion, go and begin to take everything. Just clean your head, wash it with bleach, and start from afresh so that you can get some clarity. So for our take-home point, we must decolonize our minds. We must decolonize our religion. We must embrace our Nina's movement because that is the only way out. We have told you guys to interrogate what we're doing. We're not hiding it inside our armpit and in our toilet and in our handbag. It's out there for you English-speaking Africans to go and read. We must support a peaceful process for mass mobilization towards self-determination for all the indigenous peoples of Africa and Nigeria. This makes so much sense. You believe in God. You believe that God came to give us freedom. And we're telling you that we are bringing Ofonogu back, Ebwebere Ugobere, and you guys are not understanding it because you're busy following the partners, the business partners of our subjugators called politicians who are now in place of our colonial terrorists and working for them. We need you guys to make that connection. Because if you can connect your pastors and your religious leaders to your subjugators, then we'll have a place to go. If you can connect them and see how they work in tandem with each other to keep you where you are, then it will make so much sense. If you can connect the dot and see that if we are wasting time, that Tinubu will spend 8 years and a child that was giving birth when he took over last year would have been 8 years of age and nothing to show for it. We can no longer afford to waste time. So we insist on transition now. That's where we are, number 3, transition now. Transition now. So for those of them telling you they have declared their presidential, presidential interest in 2023 election coming up. Meanwhile, they are wearing the same outfit with the same people that are holding us hostage.
2027, he said 2023.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
It's okay, we understand, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I'm always 4 years behind. Because I don't want to move forward. What am I moving forward to? When you guys are holding my people hostage, so I'm moving backwards because this needs to be done correctly. So you can see we're on transition now. And once we get that transition implemented, then it will be our referendum and the plebiscite, and then we'll have a new constitutional orders. You saw our brothers and sisters, the Harvard Ivy League people, telling you guys last week, that we need social cohesion and social contracts and all this stuff. I am an awesome. We don't know how to speak, so we're assuming now they have come together. But you guys also have to know they're doing it so that the people can call them for upcoming election to be part of their group. So it's interesting. So we insist on transition now. And then our announcements. Here's the phone number to reach Nina's. Please help us to share this information. I know we may not always come across as fancy and dandy and all those things that you guys used to look. We are mothers. When our house is burning down, we don't have time to be your bestie. We don't have time to be calling you Ne. The house is on fire. We are running around trying to get the water hose to point to fire. So it may not always come out as rosy as you want it to, but at the end of the day, it's coming from a place of love that we said that so live and let live. Ofonogo, justice and equity. Is that too much to ask? We have seen that the politicians are not bringing that to us. The church leaders are not bringing that to us. At the end of the day, it's all about the money they can get out of you. And yet it's not enough. That's the thing. No matter how much they take, it's not enough. So we have our catalog here. Thank you, brothers and sisters that have placed your orders. We are going to showing up as Proud Igbo men, Proud Igbo women, say it loud, and we are unapologetically Igbotic. I know it gives some people headache, but it's all good. And we want you to be unapologetically whoever you are. It's okay. We love that. At least it will tell you that you're not under colonial rules anymore, that you're taking back your indigenous lands and who you are. That's what we're looking for. I just got my nephew, the Proud Igbo boy. He loves it. He took it to school. So, my dear, please, whatever you can do to get this campaign going so we can return back to our roots, because at the end of the day, our ancestors, our wonderful ancestors, our very true smart ancestors are waiting for us to do what? To react.
Yeah.
To react. And we're going to react intelligently because we are well informed.
Yes.
So until next week, brothers and sisters, we are so sorry we went longer than our usual time. We'll see you guys next week. Please continue to help and share. Bye-bye.